Inglourious Basterds is a revisionist war film written and directed by Quentin Tarantino, stars Brad Pitt and Christoph Waltz. This movie is 10 years old this year, and I know that the passing of time is crippling and everyone you know and love is going to eventually die, but that doesn't mean that we can't enjoy and talk about some great movies before we reach a shadowy grave.
We're gonna be doing one thing, and one thing only. Killing Nazis.
This movie has some of my favorite scenes in movie history. The opening scene with Colonel Hans Landa of the SS interrogating the Lapidite family on the dairy farm.
May I smoke my pipe as well?
Please, Uncle, make yourself at home.
It's just, you could cut the tension with a knife in that scene, as well as the famous tavern scene from the movie where it's pretty much like a powder keg. It just keeps building and building to this big explosion of gunshots and fire.
3 Gläser.
Ob er was mag?
Auf ein tausendjähriges deutsches Reich.
Ein tausendjähriges Reich.
Ich muss sagen, ich habe genug von dem Affentheater.
It's just such a gripping movie from start to finish. I'm every time I watch it yearly, and I'm just completely transfixed. I'm glued to the screen. And the performances, I would say, from particularly Christoph Waltz as Hans Landa, is one of my favorite performances of all time, and it's also probably my favorite movie villain of all time.
That's a bingo.
Is that the way you say it? That's a bingo.
You just say bingo.
He's just so out, looking out for himself. He, at first in the movie, you think he's just aligned with the Nazis, and he's just doing kind of what he's told, but really he doesn't care about any of that. He just gets satisfaction from putting himself as the best in every situation, and that's perfectly personified by the end of the movie when he just decides to let Hitler and all of his higher-ups get killed just so he can have a nice piece of land in America and get out of it. It's such an amazing film. Brad Pitt is just hilarious in this movie.
Buongiorno.
He has this weird accent that I'm not even sure. I'm pretty sure he says he's from Tennessee in the movie. I'm not even sure if that's a Tennessee accent.
Gorlami.
Mi scusi, con me?
Gorlami.
Ancora una volta.
Gorlami.
But it's just hilarious. It adds another layer of comedy to the movie. This movie has drama, comedy, some hints of romance a little bit. It's got horrific kinds of violence. It's pure cinema. It's enjoyable movie going. This movie has two very compelling stories being told side by side, and then they intertwine in the third act. The first story follows Shoshana and the murder of her family by Hans Landa and the Nazis at the beginning of the movie, and her sort of way of taking down the Nazis by bringing them into her theater and burning the whole place down with them in it. And then you also have the Inglourious Basterds story, who are just kind of willy-nilly killing them and making their way up the Nazi hierarchy. And their big plan, Operation Kino, goes pretty horribly at the tavern, and they have to improvise. And it's very hilarious the way that their plan goes so awry, but they've already made it this far, so they have to go through with it. And the scenes where Brad Pitt and the other bastards who can't speak German and barely speak Italian.
Antonio Margareti.
Ancora?
Margareti.
Un'altra volta, ma adesso vorrei proprio sentire la musica delle parole.
Margareti.
Margheriti. E lei?
Dominic De Coco.
Com'è?
Dominic De Coco.
Bravo. Bravo.
The comedy already writes itself there. So I give Inglourious Basterds an A.
Grazie.
Thanks so much, guys, for watching this video. Like I said, I'm going to keep doing these. If you guys have a recommendation or a preference of like a type of movie or something you want me to watch, something you want me to review, just go ahead and leave a comment or just tell me directly, direct message me. But yeah, this is really fun. I'm going to start doing a segment called Drunk Movie Reviews where I bring other people onto the show and they get drunk and they talk about either like a movie they love, movie they hate, or anything, any type of media that they either love or hate. And then we just have them in an inebriated state yelling and going off about it because that's entertainment. Cool.